Just here live. My hat. Hey, fingers. I'm just here doing an impromptu. It's my Friday, so I'm having a drink. And here upstairs, just hey, what's up? What's up, Ronan Hobbies? Just here, like I said, just hanging out. As my Friday, had off work today at 4:30. My 3-day 12-hour shifts are done. Have my drink. I'm drinking a little alcohol here, which is I need. Just really just looking at the table. You guys can see the room pretty much. Got a wide angle webcam, not too wide, but just hanging out. What's up, Dusty? Aren't you guys racing right now? I know Marty was doing some. He did a tune video. It was pretty good. I liked it. Alf, what's up? I like that there, Mr. SW Marb. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Again, I'm just hanging out here. Just finished a video on the part 3 of this track, and just up here. A little warm today in North Carolina here. Kind of weird. Some rain, and then it's just gotten kind of warm. Like today was like in the high 70s, which is weird. Sorting Legos, working on my layout barriers too. Cool. Race on Sunday. Okay, gotcha, Dusty. Race on Sunday. Michael, what's up? Just hanging out here, and like I said, just looking at the room, and hopefully I could route. Like I said in the video, hopefully I could route like on Tuesday. That'd be nice if the weather holds out really good. Monday is supposed to rain, but we'll have to see. What the heck happens with the weather? Warm in VA also? Yeah, it's the weather here on the East Coast, it changes every second. So, but just here, if anybody wants to talk slot cars or the track, I kind of give you a small tour because take the camera and point it out. So there's that end of the track there. And then all the way to there. So pretty much gonna get it ready to route. I'm gonna test on a few pieces, of course. I'll do a video on that, on routing. It's real important, so I want everybody to look at it and see. Blowing the house down in Ohio. Really? Damn. Okay, I have a lot of trees around me. I hope they don't blow my trees in my house if that ever happens. Yay, the wood will get damp. Wear a mask. Yeah, well, I plan on using a vacuum, so I'll have a vacuum. I got to buy a shop vac. I got a real big coupon from Harbor Freight, so I'm going to go down there and pick one up. They gave me a 25% coupon. I was like, oh, cool. So I'm going to get a shop vac and get a long hose to fit that end on that router on the mounting part, and then have a vacuum suck it out. So we'll have to see. But I'm going to do the corner radius just outside. The corner lanes will be done outside. And then this part right here, the straights, will be done inside here in the house. So when I get it all set up, I'll have to figure out run a hose outside the window from the second story down to the back. I'll have to get a long hose because I don't want to get a bunch of sawdust in here if I can. Yep, yep. Even though with the shot back, yeah, I probably will wear a mask. Probably a good idea. I don't get any wood particles in my lungs. But yeah, just hanging out here, guys. I don't know what you guys doing. Seems I've got Massimo and seems like I got Moss and Raul some Omni boxes. That was pretty much my fault, I think, because I had talked to them about it, and they've been seeing me. So now I'm trying to get Moss to do a wood track now because he's got a big basement, man. I wish I had a basement like he did. That basement's huge, but I ain't gonna complain about my house because we bought this house specifically because I wanted to build a wood track. This is all started, this whole thing. So at least we're here at this point, where I got the table built, have the NBF cut, and now I'm at the point where I'm gonna be routing stuff. But picked up 124 Carrera Thursdays at the races. Got my butt whooped. Oh, what kind of card did you get, Dusty? On Carrera. So you received my SEC order today. Started the pin-up chassis. SEC was out of some key brass stocks. Searching yes. So SW Marb 52. Go to hobbylink.com. They got a ton of brass. Very reasonable, and they're out of Atlanta, Georgia. So if you want, I could put the link there for you. So Hobby Link, that's a good place to get brass if you can't get any from Steve, which is no big deal. I mean, usually Steve has it in stock, but he's been really busy and he's been selling a lot of stuff. Maybe that's my fault and Harry's and everybody else's that posts about brass. I mean, there's that one, Marb, right there. Click that link. That goes to Hobby Link. There's all kinds of stuff on Hobby Link. There's decals. There's all kinds of stuff. Models, wire, piano wire, brass, you name it. They got a lot of stuff. So they're a good source. Mercedes DTM. All right. I got a couple of DTM cars. They're not 124. They're 132. My grandsons, they like those cars. And they're here tonight. They're in the other room playing the games and stuff. So that's why I got the door shut. But no problem. No problem whatsoever. Yeah, he does the fingers. That's why I was telling him, hey, a track would fit pretty good in there. And he was just giving me a hard time about that. SEC was great. Answered questions through some extra parts. Really cool. Yeah, Steve Saltel. That's just why I really support them. Steve Saltel, and the other one is Bob. I can't remember his last name. Forgive me, Bob. I can't remember your last name. Those guys right there, they really are really important to the scratch building part of the the hobby because there is Hobby Link and stuff, but actually Steve has stepped up and made the motor brackets and all these guide tongues. All this stuff is crafted by him to make it easier, and plus also the stuff that I'm going to be using for the track is all his making too. So, for example, here's the gain bit to make the gains to lay your braid, and this is the braid roller. And then we had the infamous fillet fingered routing bit. So this is super sharp, as I found out. And then he makes also a wiring kit, which I bought for this track. So I have a 4-lane wiring kit, and I'll be doing video on that when I get to that point. Right now, what we're going to do is, hopefully this week is route, and then do some videos on routing. Then I'm going to show how I route it, the test piece, which will be another piece of MDF, and then we'll get different guides, and I'll put the guides in there with the braids, put cars in there, and we'll maybe I'll do like a mistake one or one that's too shallow, just to kind of give everybody an idea what we're looking for when you're routing. This is the first time I'm routing stuff, and I've been talking to Harry. Harry's been guiding me through this, and thank God for Harry and his articles, because I wouldn't know who to go to really to ask for help. And I'm the kind of person I don't like to bug people, because I know there's some guys that around here that could do it. From Stock Car Addicts in North Carolina, there's a couple guys that routed their own track, but I don't want to be bugging them. Hey, can you come help me? One guy I didn't have bothered and used his pickup truck is Frank from New York, and he's on the forum page called Frank from New York. So that's Frank Wabenstein. I hope I'm saying his name right. Real cool guy. He came out and helped me get this stuff loaded up and brought it into the house. So if it wasn't for his pickup truck and him helping me out, I wouldn't be able to get this here. So big thing there. George, route your logo into the track. You know what? Very interesting. I'd be really cool to do that, but I'd have to take some type of skill. And I don't know if I could do that. Maybe I could get a CNC signed by Racetrack Scenics. And I have to give you guys a shout out to Raul Piora. So Raul Piora, I hope I'm saying it right, is Conquest Racing. So that Area 51 logo with the alien, he made that logo for me. And what a great guy. I want to, give him credit for that because he actually one day just sent me and goes, "Here, I made a logo for you." So him doing that, I was really happy with it, and I thanked him a lot. He just made the logo for me, and so I asked him, "Hey, can you make a Hangar One logo?" So I actually bothered him again to make me another logo without, So we'll see how that comes out. But yeah, that'd be a good idea. The fingers, I could do one from Racetrack Scenics. Have him make me one if I get a copy of what I need from Raul, and then actually lay it in the center and put it on there. Something that could be removable too, because you want to have that kind of clear. Because Harry has a slot, which I will, that's built into the middle to put his cars out when he's doing the showdowns. And so I want to be able to remove pieces out of that. So this way, if the cars fall off, they don't go slamming into things. But yeah, that'd be a great idea. Good idea, to fingers. I like that. I was thinking about it too. Yeah, he can make a stencil. Probably do something like that. We'll see. There's a lot of things that I want to do to add to the track. Now I did get so I don't know if you guys know what Flash Fantastic. So Scott Vargo, he's on the forum page also, and I think his is Chicago Raceway River. I think that's a friend of his, or if that's his track, I'm not sure. So on Area 51, on the grandstands, I have those little flash photography when the car goes by and you take lights. Well, he posted, I don't know if you guys saw that, he had a few left that he wanted to sell on eBay, and I picked up 2. So I'm going to have flash photography around the track too with sensors, so when the car swings around, it looks like the grandstand, they're taking pictures. But I don't know, I may do something different, not grandstand. I may do maybe individual camera guys or something like that around the track, away from the surface of it, maybe a little higher. I don't know. It's right now my mind's going through ideas, but I want to be able to actually get the track done first. This whole thing done first, and paint it and route it and wire it in and be able to run cars on it. Then I'll just build from there what I want to add to it. But all good though. I don't know if he has any more, Ronan. I think they sold pretty quick. You could look on eBay. I don't know if I have the link. Let me see. I could send you. I don't think he has any more, man. I'm sorry. I know I jumped on that because I know what those things are, and I wanted to be sure I got one of those right away, because those are. Let's see if he has any left. Let me go to my eBay, and I can find it. Where's my eBay? eBay, here it is. Oh, really? Password? Come on. Okay, there it is. Let me see. Hold on there, Sir Ronan. So here it is. I'll send you the link. I don't know if he has any because it says it's expired. Yeah, the listing's no longer available, so I think he sold them all. But it doesn't say. Let me see. Yeah, out of stock. So he only had 6. I'm sorry, dude. He sold them all really fast. I didn't know how many he had exactly. Yeah, no, So let me check the chat here, make sure I'm not missing anything. What you're saying? His what's up, John? So he did that as I think it was a college paper or something project they had with his nephew. How he made that. I'm sure there's a way to make one. But what I could do one day is kind of go look at it, and it's just I think it's like an Arduino board or something, and then they have LED, have it wired in, and it uses like a light sensor. So when you break the light sensor, it sends a signal to flash them all. But we could go over that one day. But I picked 2 of them up because I was like, well, I want to get one for this track. So when he had them available, I jumped on them right away. When I saw that was something immediately I did. I was going to wait. So I think he only had so many left. He used to make them, but it never really took off as far as selling them, and not many people were interested, I think, and so he just stopped making them. So it wasn't something that was, how would you say, popular. There's some things that are popular and some things are not, and they just kind of die out. But I don't know if anybody would want to really have those. To be honest, some people would. Yep, it's Saturday night there, Rice. Exactly. Saturday night. Oh, alcohol there. Yep. We got John, Ronan, who else? Fingers, Dusty, Rice. 14 people watching. Cool. SW Marb, Michael, GRECH. I don't know. I don't want to hack up your name, dude. Sorry. Who else we got here? I think that's video C. So, guys have any questions about the track up here or anything? Or slot cars in general? You guys want to talk about anything? I'm just up here to be up here. Probably hang out for like another 15-20 minutes and head off. But I just wanted to do this real quick and just throw a lap up here. But as you can see, I got some stuff to do still. I still have the hot rod stuff. I haven't forgotten about that. That's still there. And then you see my thunder slot over there. I haven't really messed with it yet. Thunder slot. But going to seal the wood decking? No. All I'm going to do is paint it with latex paint. That's all you have to do. Good old latex paint does the trick, and that's what Harry did. John, table is looking good, sir. Started working on old Revell for my 8 figures. 8 track. Cool. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Ronan, I hope so. I'm 4 days off right now, and then I go 3 days on. So really, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm busy. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I won't be. There's somebody coming over tomorrow to do some things to the house. I'm looking at Tuesday to route. So again, I will do a video on that and post it. But yeah, hopefully this week I'll route. I'll be doing a lot of test routing first before I actually route the piece. But the curved pieces I'll take downstairs, and I got 2 sawhorses. I'll do them out in the backyard. Clint, what's up, Clint? George, you gonna put any bank in the new track? There's gonna be a slight bank. So, meaning slight. If you look at Harry's article, I'm gonna put even the straights. I'm gonna put. I got them downstairs. I think I can't remember the size of quarters. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put them on the corners, some wood, 2x4s and stuff, and we're gonna pin it. So we're gonna pin it in the middle, and it's gonna bow it. And what we're gonna do is bow it and give it the slight angle like a dirt track, because in dirt tracks they're slightly banked, not like a high bank like NASCAR, slightly banked, so that the water runs off when it rains, so it doesn't create so much mud. So it's gonna have a slight bank. It'll be very, very, very light bank. It's not going to be anything stupid or ridiculous. So yeah, I am banking it, but very, very small bank. Will be near windows, like suck moisture? No. This house was built in 1990. It's an older house, but those windows, nah, you don't have to worry about moisture. I'm not out in a shed, so this house is well insulated. Though I want to do radiant barrier, which it doesn't have. On the ceiling here, there's an attic here, and then there's a downstairs. So, no moisture, no problem with that. Wood wedges to shape the banks. Yes, sir, exactly. Wood wedges, John. That's exactly what I'm doing. Is doing it to each, all around the track. So we'll get to that point. When I get the video. I'm just looking forward to the painting part. I got it all. When I'm doing the painting part, I know I'm almost there. After doing the gain and everything. I think doing the slot and then doing the gain is something that I really want to be careful that I don't screw up. Do it right the first time. The pinning. And then after that, the painting part and then putting the braid doesn't seem like it's going to be too tough. Well, it hasn't been really hard, to be honest, but, so far it's going pretty good. I haven't really run any difficulty building the table. And then thank God that Home Depot cuts the MDF, because I didn't really want to cut this MDF, and it did. So all in all, it's turning out all right. Do you screw the wet? Excuse me. You screw down through the wood wedge? No. If you look at Harry's article, you put them on the back. So if on the corner, it'll be on the back, and then you pin it from the middle with screws, and that's what gives it that bow effect. And then you fill the screw holes with a wood putty, and you won't even know they were there. So that's how we're going to do it. The wood will just sit there, but you'll pin the track just like the center. From what I understand, we'll pin the center because I got to talk to Harry more about it. Make sure I'm doing it right. And you're just pinning the center of the wood, and you're using the wood as like the wedges, and that's when it kind of gives it a little bit of a bowl effect. Is what we're looking at. So, but no, not to the wedges. You just leave the wedges on the ends, like on the end here, because the straights will have a slight bank to it too, and have that slight bank going down. So, looking forward to when we get to that point. But yeah, you can see there's tools all over the place here, all kinds of stuff. But pin meaning screw down. Yes, sir. Using the screw to screw down. That is correct. You are correct. That's exactly what we're doing. Is the screw is giving the pin effect. Oh, yep. And this MDF, from what Harry told me, pins more than you think, or bends more than you think. Half inch will really bend pretty good. He says you'll get a lot out of it. So let's look forward to getting to that point. And again, all this process I'll be doing videos on too, so everybody can see it. Would screw the track down through the wedges myself. The screws help the banks level. I don't know. I have to ask Harry about that one. That does sound like a good idea. But I don't know if he did it or not, because on some of it, on his article, I don't know if he mentions any of that. But I could ask him about that. I can see what you mean, and not moving around or something. Or keep it from shifting. Oh, but, yeah. Good suggestion. Appreciate that. We'll have to see. Like I said, man, it's all a learning process for me. When I started this whole thing, I was like, "Oh, here we go." I'll put the table together, and now we're at this point with the MDF here, and now we're going to be routing soon. So that's the one key thing I want to make sure I do right. The other way is wood glue and clamps. Yep. Yep, wood glue and clamps. I'm not much of a person who knows a lot about bite, like a carpenter type, aspect. So I just try and do what I can and learn from others. Yeah, I hope so. Again, this is the whole idea was moving here was to build this. Believe it or not, still keep my other track and then have this room, which is cool. When we were looking for houses, my wife said, "Why don't you use this room and the one downstairs?" So that was really cool of her. So we got plenty of room. There's like 3 more bedrooms after this one, so it's not like that. It's not as small as It's not small like the other house was. The other house was 1,780 square feet. It was a great house. I really love that house. Kind of, it was the first house I ever bought, so I really hate to see it go. But coming here, it's even better because this house is a lot bigger, and the weather is, excuse me, not the weather, the way it's built, it's nice, so I like it. I think this house is built a little bit more insulation on the walls, because I noticed in the other house you could drill a hole and you'd hear it be hollow. This one, you drill a hole and you run into insulation. It's really insulated, so it's I think they built it didn't do too bad in the 90s. One thing I don't like is some of the doorways are a little narrow, like for bathrooms. That didn't make any sense. And I guess the way they constructed it, but that's no big deal. Yeah, she's a very good woman. I appreciate everything she does for me. I always try and make sure she indulges in her hobby too. This is not fair if I do one thing and she doesn't. So, but yeah, she's been a big support. She's actually excited for me that this is going up, because this was the whole idea of moving, was to actually do this part. So it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy. So, but yep. Mrs. Alf, yeah. Mrs. Alf. Yep. That's that's the one. But what's up, Marty? Oh, what's up, Marty? How you doing? I'm just here, just chatting away about stuff, seeing what, just kind of envisioning. I just kind of putting my eyes and envisioning it complete. It, how I look and stuff. But just talking about just the track and just other stuff, cars. Like your video. That video was good, man. Great video. See, you're on your way, man. That's some good stuff right there. If you guys haven't seen Marty's tune video, please do that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I'm excited too, man. It's it's kind of cool that we're kind of here at the moment. Hopefully, I'll be able to route this week, depending on the weather. But we'll see what happens. Yep, Revos are sweet. Those are some nice cars. Fun cars, man. They're worth it. I still have my Thunder Slot. I haven't tuned it yet. I got the green one, of course. So I'll have to tune it sometime, maybe this week. See how it runs. Change the guide and I don't know. Do some stuff. Maybe I'll put aftermarket wheels. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Anyways, hope you guys can hear me kind of clear. I'm using the webcam mic, so I don't know how good that is. Probably echoes a little bit, so. But who else came on? Anybody else? That's it. So you see the little video that was posted on the shadow? Somebody running it. That was from Moss. I copied his link and posted on Home Racing World. I guess he went to see it. The shadow car. Yeah, I'm really hoping that car comes out soon because I really want to see it. Really want to see that car and throw it on my track, see how it runs. That's a very, very, how would you say, a car that everybody's really anticipated for. Need to run my Revo and Thunder Slot after I worked on them. Yep. Shadow Vid was cool with that track. Yeah. That track was huge when I think that's the Ernie's place there in Canada. That's Raul and Moss don't live far from them, I think. So that's where they could go there, anytime and check it out. That track was huge. That was a real big track. It's a real big track. Yep. That's the poly car, wasn't it? It was a 4-lane poly car. I didn't really pay attention to that. I guess it was. It was pretty damn big, man. That was a lot of room he had there to put that thing. That must be wild having a bunch of cars race on that. Yep. Money. Yep, money indeed, man. That's what it takes always. Money to enjoy yourself. Yeah. Well, anything else going on, fellas? I'm kind of lost for words right now because I'm getting a little tired. I think all my work days have caught up to me finally. Usually I start getting tired around. Yeah, money. Yeah, Pink Floyd. Money. Yep. Good track. Dollars and time. Yeah. This one so far wasn't too expensive because it's a simple oval, but I think that when everything's said and done, it's going to be like under $1,000 for everything. Wood and all the materials and all the things that I've gotten for it. And the tool I did buy was that router. And so I think about $1,000. But if you were to do like a road course, maybe a little bit more, something big like that, that'd be a real big road course. That'd be a lot of money too. SCC has 0 engines payment plan to stretch my order to 4 months, made it nice. Yeah, a lot of people, or actually besides SCC, a lot of like PayPal, Klarna, what's the other one? Affirm, Amazon does it too. They do offer that for payment, and there's no interest on it. You just pay every 2 weeks. And yeah, that helps when you're buying slot cards if you want to buy like so many and you want to stretch it out, because I kind of tend to use those once in a while because there's no finance charge. So the order that I got from Great Traditions was the I don't know if you guys know, but Great Traditions has some real good deals on those Carrera NASCARs. Some of them come with what is it? With no switch and no case, and they're analog cars. But what Harry and I have been talking about since we did Mark Thomas's Proxy, which was the the NASCAR one, and I built that Superbird, like Glotzback Superbird chassis. I want to take the bodies off and actually make brass chassis for those cars. So him and I are kind of like collaborating on kind of making a standard for sizes to what to cut and stuff and length, and kind of put brass chassis under those cars. Not that there's not, you can hop up the Carrera chassis, but it'd be cool to actually get a nice good chassis underneath those cars, because those cars are so awesome. The way they look and everything is just a piece of Americana racing. So I got, I think, 4 of them from Great Traditions, different one. I spent like $120. It was a good deal. So if you guys go to Great Traditions, they got a lot of those NASCARs in there, Winged Warriors from Carrera. So yeah, see them, can build them up. Yep. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I guess you hear the kids getting a little noisy there. I've got my granddaughter and my grandsons here, so a little bit crazy. Yeah, the wood track is going to be fun because, man, really looking forward to mainly for the scratch build cars, and that's what I really want to run here. As you can see behind me in the case there, scratch builds, and it seems like I'll be probably building more this year. Of course, as obviously when this gets done, we'll be kind of working a little bit more time in scratch building. Yeah, I would agree with you, John. Totally. You just gotta. It's like Harry says, it's the system. When you invest in the system, that's how it is. That's just like the damn fly car. When you gave me that fly car, I was really a trip building that thing, because I was like, when I first got it, I turned the axle and it wouldn't turn. It kind of go back and forth, and then kind of turned a little more, and it was like the pinion gear split. It went. Beep! I was like, holy crap! He wasn't kidding. Bubblegum gears. Those things are. The insides of them were terrible, man. And I was like, wow. So it really kind of was an eye opener, actually rebuilding a fly car. Got it to work fine. It works great. I think it'd work better on a wood track than my plastic one, but that's why can't wait to get this built so I could try those cars that I've tuned with urethane tires, see how they do on here, rubber tires. Because you really see the difference when you tune your car for the track, how it's going to do on this compared to the plastic track downstairs. So that's a good thing. But yep. Yep. So true. Bike cars are the same way, but they'll overroad you if you put the work into them. Yep, I totally agree with that. And that Porsche was fun to build. It was fun doing that video and seeing the results. So if you guys ever find a fly car that's cheap, that's probably a good way to learn, is to actually rebuild one of those, because you start learning a lot from that, the size of the gears and what to do, and it starts making your mind think how to modify things to make it work. So it's not too hard. We got here. SCC has controller stations that have an optional switch to run the opposite direction. I'm guessing then you wouldn't have the switch. The car, not sure. The front motor cars as well. Yeah, I haven't got to that one yet, John. I'm looking. I'm probably later on. I'll buy another flight car. So that question with the controllers, I really don't want to run the other direction, which would be. I think what I'd be running is kind of clockwise on this track. I'm not sure. I can't remember what I'll be doing, but because Harry's is counter. So I really have no need to have this. I don't know about that. About the switch in the car, John would probably answer that question. That I really don't know. I don't want the polarity on the track here to switch it around. I just want it to run the direction which is one direction. I think I'm looking for counterclockwise is how I want it to run. wait, counterclockwise. Yeah, counterclockwise. So I went this way. I want to run that way. So yes, they have switches on my track. There you go. Thank you, John. So I really didn't know the answer to that, dude. If I don't know the answer, I don't know the answer. I'm honest like that. Yeah, I got a lot of the stuff from SE. So Harry actually sent me his Professor Motor controllers from his original track, which I really appreciate. I have them over there, and I'm going to be using those. Those are the Professor Motor style ones, which will work great. And it's a little bit of history coming from his track because those gave him many years of service, so they'll provide many years of service for this track. So I really appreciate him sending those to me because that would have been an extra, couple $100. So he saved me money on that one. I need to outrun opposite ways so you can build up some opposite neck muscles. I kind of do that already as a mechanic when you're lying underneath the tractor and you have to hold your head up when you're doing stuff sometimes underneath it. So I already got strong neck muscles, so I'm kind of covered there. But yeah, I would do that going the other way like that. John should have answered that. There you go. To simply explain, it's no different than switching the LED wires once you have them. The lead wires, once you have them set up. Yes, that's true. And it'll go the other way. That's how it'll spin the motor. That's what he's saying. So, yep. Like when you hook them on backwards, which I've done before on the dyno here, and I go, oops, got to switch them the other way. So, cool. Thanks, John, for answering that for SW Marb. Cool. All right, guys, I'm going to call it. I just thought I'd be on here for a little bit. I'm getting real tired, so I'm going to hit the sack and go to bed. And enjoy my 4 days. And hopefully I'll get something routed. If I do, I will definitely post the video up. So it may not be this week. It'd be following week. Yeah, sure will. Thank you, Marty. All right, guys. Sorry to make it short, but I'm getting tired. And I got to do a couple of things for the grandkids before I go to bed. So you guys take care. It's always like I say, have fun racing, man. See ya.